Hello YouTube, I'm bringing you another video of another of my cars that I own. And when I say I'm bringing you another video, is because most of the cars that I have owned, I have put them on YouTube before. I have owned cars since I was 19 years old. I'm 36 years old now, so I've owned quite a few cars in my lifetime. But this is the first VW I have ever owned. I bought this about 2 weeks ago from this guy. He wanted $1,800 for it. I talked him down to $1,400. So I got the car from him like I said, about 2 weeks ago. And if you're asking yourself, why is this my first VW ever? It's because I have heard some things about these cars. And one of the things that I have heard is that they're notorious when it comes to the timing belts. And being that this is a German car, I also heard that the parts can be very expensive, because a lot of the parts from these vehicles, you cannot get them through the auto store. A lot of the parts from these cars, you can only get them through the dealership. And being that this is a German car, I don't want to know how much are the parts when one of them break down. So that's one of the reasons why I never owned one. Because, you know, the timing belt issue, and also that the parts can be very expensive and you can only get them through the dealer. The timing was done on the car already. He has a new timing, new water pump, new thermostat, and I believe he also has new spark plugs and wires. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what the guy told me. He did show me receipts for the water pump and for the timing belt, so I believe him at least on that. He did show me receipts for the spark plugs and wires, but I'll do that on my own. That's not a problem. But anyway, this is the video of my car. It's a 1999 VW Jetta. I believe it's the GLS model. I'm not 100%. It is not the turbo. It is not the VR6, and it is not the diesel. It's the regular 2.0 liter 4-cylinder regular gas. If you're asking what's the mileage per gallon, it is 30 miles to the gallon. I don't know what is the city, and I don't know what is the highway. All I know is that it's 30 miles to the gallon. But it runs really, really good. Engine and transmission, I could say they're 100%, because the car runs really, really good. And like I said, I bought it from the guy like about 2 weeks ago. When I bought the car was not inspected. And the reason why it was not inspected is because he has a check engine light on for a camshaft positioning sensor. But as you can see, I still got it inspected. I'm not going to tell you how I did that, but they are legal. They're 100% legal inspections. I just know somebody that hooks me up with them, and that's about it. But yeah, the check engine light is on for a camshaft positioning sensor. And if your check engine light is on for the same reason as mine, and you're asking yourself, where is that camshaft positioning sensor? I will tell you here in a little bit where it's located. The guy that I bought the car from, he was nice enough to include the part. He bought the sensor brand new, but he didn't install it. And I think I know why he didn't install it. And I will tell you in a little bit, like I said before, where that sensor is located and what you have to do to put that sensor on. For those of you that are asking yourselves, I looked all over the place and I can't find that sensor. I'll show you in a little bit where it's at. I did some homework, because just like you, I was the same way. I couldn't figure out where it was. So I did some homework and I figured it out. So I'll tell you in a little where that is. And if your ABS light is on, that's just for a speed sensor. These cars, they have 4 speed sensors, 1 on each tire. So you just gotta look and see which one it is. But that's all that is, a speed sensor if your ABS light is on. But like I said, the car runs and drives very, very, very good. Engine and transmission, they're 100%. The only thing, like I said, the only issue that I have with it is the check engine light for a camshaft positioning sensor. And if you're asking yourselves, does that affect the driving of the car? Does that affect anything? Does that break anything in the car? No, it won't. You can drive the car like that for years and it won't ruin anything on the car. It's only a sensor. That's all that is. It's just a sensor. But anyway, enough of that. I decided to make this video of this car because it's my first VW I have ever owned, and it has a lot of neat features that none of the cars that I have owned in my life had. And if you see those oil spots, that's not from my car. That's another car that parks here, and the guy's at work, so I parked on his spot. But that's from him. That's not my car. My car doesn't have any leaks. But yeah, it has a lot of neat features that none of the cars that I have owned in my life had. And I want to show you the features because probably some of you people that own this type of VW, this type of Jetta, probably don't even know about these features, because I didn't know either. At least one of the features, well, no, 2-3 features I didn't know about, and I found out watching some videos. And the reason why I say they're neat is because a lot of people buy a used car for like $5,000-$10,000 just because of features that it has, or neat features that it has. Like, I don't know, your mirrors fold in automatically, they fold out automatically. You got airbags on your seats. You have, I don't know, your seats are heated, or I don't know. You know what I mean? A lot of people do buy cars because of the features, not because the car itself. And what I say that is neat is because this is far from being a luxury car, but it has features that you find only in a luxury car. So that's why I say that they're neat features. And the reason why I made the video is because, like I said, I never owned a VW before. I really like the car. I like the neat features that it has. And also I made it for those of you that own a Jetta or thinking of buying a Jetta, this model, you know, that you might have questions. And, you know, you don't know the answers to them. So I'm going to try to answer as many questions as I can. And, you know, if I miss something and you have a question about it, you can always write me a comment. And, you know, I'll try to answer it as best as I can. Anyway, the other thing with the car is, I don't know if you can see it because it's a little bright outside, but this door, I put the car like this. This door is hit all the way from the top to the bottom. But it doesn't bother me because the door opens and closes fine, so I'm not worried about it. When I bought the car from this guy, the cleaning wise, the outside was a 2 out of 10, the interior was a 0 out of 10. The guy that owned this car before me was a pig, and when I say a pig, I mean a pig. Those wheels, when I bought the car from him, those wheels were black, and when I mean black, I mean black, nasty. If you're asking what did I use to make them look like the way they look now, I bought well, I always buy it. It's called Awesome. It costs $1. That's it, $1. And you're probably asking yourself, okay, how good is that if it costs only $1? I'm telling you right now, that bottle, if it was worth $100, I would buy it, because that thing cleans everything imaginable. And look how those wheels came out with that bottle of Awesome. You can buy it at an auto store. Auto stores do not sell Awesome. I don't think Walmart sells it either. The only places you'll find it at is like Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Ollie's, Family Dollar. Places like that is the only places that you will find the Awesome. With Awesome, you can clean everything. I would recommend you not to use it on the car, though, on the paint, because that is a very strong chemical, and you do not want to use it on your paint. You can use it on your carpets inside the car. You can use it on your headliner. You can use it on the leather, but if you have to wipe it off right away. If you use it on leather, you have to wipe it off right away. You cannot leave it sit. All the cars that I've owned throughout my life, to clean the outside and the interior, I've always used Awesome. That stuff is amazing. Anyway, enough of that. I'm gonna show you now some of the neat features. And like I said earlier in the video, if your check engine light is on for a camshaft positioning sensor and you don't know where it's located, I'm going to show you here in a little bit where that sensor is located. Here's the interior, obviously, as you can see. The only thing that I need to do is a vacuum. But this car, you should have seen that when I first bought it. This thing did not look anything like it looks now. This thing was nasty. But this is the interior of the car, and some of the neat features that the car has. And again, I say that they're neat because these are things that you find on a luxury car, and that's why I say that they're neat on this car. So anyway, one of the neat features that it has heated mirrors, but I know a lot of cars now have that anyway. And this over here, if you own a Jetta and you're thinking of buying one and you don't know what that is, that's folding mirrors. What that means is your side view mirrors, they close and open automatically. When you turn the car off, the mirrors fold in. When you turn the car on, the mirrors fold out. Unfortunately, I cannot show you on my car because mine does not work. I don't know if it's the switch that is broke, or the mirrors themselves that a wire came loose, or they just stopped working. So I can't show you, but that's what that's for. If you're asking what is that little thing for, the mirror part does work. The power mirror thing does work. The only thing that doesn't work is the folding mirrors. Another neat feature, but I know a lot of cars now have it, the newer cars. It has one touch power windows, one touch up, one touch down for the driver and the passenger. I haven't checked for these. These are for the back ones, but I don't think the back ones are like that. It's just the two front ones. You got your power locks here. This is to lock your windows. So, if your kids are in the car, you don't want them opening windows. That's what that's for. In case, there are people out there. Because if you're probably asking yourself, seriously, you just said that. I like to explain myself, because believe it or not, there are people out there that don't know what some of the things on a car mean. So that's why, I like to explain myself. Anyway, this is for your trunk gas lid. You can lock your trunk. That's for if you have, like a system or something in the trunk, or I don't know, maybe a dead body. I don't know, and you don't want nobody to know about it. Well, you can lock it so nobody can get in your trunk. I wouldn't recommend you to put a dead body in your trunk, but that's up to you. It was only a joke, by the way, and take it seriously. Yes, I know it has 193,809 miles. This is how many miles I have put on it since I bought the car. 110 miles is what I've put on it so far. But when I bought the car, the timing was done on it. The water pump was replaced. So one thing I want to let you guys know, if you are buying a Jetta or a Passat, make sure that the person that owned it before you changed the timing belt. At least the timing belt. The water pump, you can do that later if you want. But at least the timing belt, because VWs are known to be notorious when it comes to the water pumps. Their timing belts. So make sure that the person that owned it before you changed the timing belt. Show them to show you a receipt, whether it's the dealer or whether it's a private owner. Don't go by them telling you, yeah, I changed the timing belt, I don't know, like 40, 50,000 miles, or at 130,000 miles I changed the timing belt. Don't go by what people say. Make sure that they show you receipts. proof that it was done. Because if you buy one of these cars and the timing belt was not replaced, you're going to be in a hell of trouble. And I'm telling you, the parts on these cars, they are not cheap. And I would say 80% of the time, the parts in these cars, you have to get them to the dealer. Anyway, back to the neat features. That is the right time, 5:37 p.m. I live in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, so that's the right time. Right here, we have heated seats for the driver and the passenger. It is leather interior. That's for your forwards, rear defroster. It does have an aftermarket radio. If you're asking what that's for, that's your cup holders. I cannot show you on mine because it broke, so I gotta replace that. Little coffee space, put your cell phone or whatever. Obviously, your heat and AC controls. It is an automatic. Yes, I know. I wish it was a stick shift, but I don't mind either way because I like automatic and stick shift, so it doesn't really matter to me. I like both of them. Over here, you got two cup holders. I wouldn't recommend you to put a drink there only because that's not deep enough. And if you're at a red light and you hit the gas, your drinks are going to spill all over the place. So I wouldn't recommend you putting a drink right there. The genius that make those two cup holders, I don't know what he was thinking because they're not deep enough. This is what the camshaft positioning sensor looks like. Like I said earlier in the video, the guy was nice enough to include the part. All I have to do is install it, and I'm going to show you in a minute why I think hitting install it. I'm going to show you where this is at and what all you have to do to replace it. Like I said, I'm about 100% sure that I know why hitting install this. But this is what the camshaft positioning sensor looks like. I don't know if he bought it in an auto store. I don't know if he got it through the dealer. I don't know. All he said was that it came with the car. But that's what it looks like, and I'm going to show you in a little where it's at. Another neat feature. I mean, I don't know if it's neat or not, but I like it. All the cars that I have owned in my life don't have this. I mean, they do, but not what I'm going to show you. Obviously, this is to close your vents and open your vents. What I think is neat, that all of the cars that I've owned, and remember, I told you earlier in the video, I've owned cars since I was 18 years old. I'm 36. I've owned a lot of cars in my life. None of them had this. And what I think is neat about this is that at nighttime, when you have your lights on, when you're driving, these little things here, they light up. I cannot really show you right now because it's still daylight out. But these little things, they light up at nighttime. That lights up. Believe it or not, this down here lights up. That lights up. Obviously, all this here. I mean, this car at nighttime, it looks like a Christmas tree, to be honest with you, because everything lights up in this car at night, and I think it's neat. Another neat thing, I know that the Jetta 99 and up, the dash, you can't see it because it's light out, but the dash at nighttime is like a bluish purple, and that's really neat. I really like that too. Another neat feature, in case for you Jetta owners that did not know this, down here, this is for your tilt steering wheel, to pull it up and down. Another neat feature that he has, voila, you can pull it out, pull it in, out, in. So you got, in case you guys didn't know that, the thingy for the tilt wheel is right there, and then you can go up or down, or you can go this way, out or in. So that's another neat feature for short people. I'm not sure. I'm 6 feet tall, but I still think it's neat. Another thing, for being a small car, it is comfortable. I mean, like I said, I'm 6 feet tall, and I fit in this car with no problem. So it's still, I think, yeah, they're kind of roomy for being a little car. All right, excuse me. Another neat feature I'm going to show you right now. For those of you that are thinking of buying a Jetta, if you see this right here, I think this is really, 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 really neat, because I've owned a lot of cars, like I said, and all the cars that I've owned have to have a sunroof. I won't buy a car if it doesn't have a sunroof. The only car that I had that didn't have a sunroof was the Sunbird. Yeah, I know, that ugly thing. But back then, it was my first car, and to me, it was a Lexus. Anyway, the neat thing about this sunroof is, for those of you that are looking to buy a Jetta, but you want your sunroof to be fully powered, this is fully powered. Don't get that messed up. It is fully automatic. And what I think is neat about it, I'm going to show you here right now. What I think is really, really neat about it, it's the way it operates. You know, normally your sunroofs have a button over here that, you know, it says open, close, tilt. With this car, I don't know if the Passats are the same, but these Jettas, what is neat about them is that right now I have the sunroof tilt. That's how I like my sunroof. I like my sunroofs to be tilt. The neat thing about it is that if you all you have to do is turn this thing right here. If you turn it to close and let it go, it'll close the sunroof. If you turn it all the way to the right and let it go, it opens up on its own. If you turn it again and let it go, it closes on its own. Boom. And then if you turn it to where I have it, which is tilt, let it go, it tilts up. So I think that's really, really neat. I never owned a car with a sunroof like that. So I think that's really neat. Obviously, this is your map lights, or whatever you want to call them. This here, if you're asking what that's for, that's for your lights inside, your interior lights, for you know, when you open the door, the lights come on. If you turn it to the middle, the lights never come on. They stay off all the time. If you turn it to the far left, the lights stay on all the time. That's what that's for. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Another neat feature for those of you Jetta owners that didn't know about this. I didn't know about it either until accidentally I was watching a video and I saw this. And this is how I found out about this neat feature that I'm going to show you right now. For those of you that own a Jetta that don't even know about this. If you put your key here and you turn it all the way to the left and hold it there, all your windows go down. Boom. All of them. And then if you turn it all the way to the right and hold it there, the car locks up and all the windows go back up. But you have to hold it. When you turn it all the way to the left, you gotta hold it and the windows go down. Turn it all the way to the right and hold it and the windows go down. Another neat feature also the car has, let's say you go to the store and you forgot to lock your car. You have nothing to worry about because the car locks on its own. You don't have to do anything. The car will lock on its own. I'm going to show you here in a second. Let me lock it and unlock it again. You unlock it. You know, let's say you went to the store to do groceries or whatever. You forgot to lock your car. You don't have nothing to worry about because after like 30 seconds, the car locks on its own. You will hear it here. You will hear it beep. And in case you guys think I'm bullshitting you and I'm pressing the button, I'm going to put the keys right there. Keys are right there. I'm not touching them. And you'll see it'll lock on its own. I'll give it about 30 seconds. Boom. You heard it? Locked on its own. I think that's another neat feature. But it can also be a pain in the ass. Because the other day, I was on the passenger side. I was cleaning the car. And the car locked on its own. I mean, I had the door open. And it still locked on its own. And then the alarm went off. And then the car wouldn't, you know, the alarm wouldn't stop. Another neat feature. I know that the newer cars now have this feature, but I'm going to tell you right now, in case, you know, you own a Chevy or Mazda, you're like, oh yeah, I got that feature, so shit, what the hell are you talking about? No, you guys copied off of VW. I did my homework, I did some research, and you got everybody else that has this key copied off of VW. What is neat about the key is you can't see the key. You got your unlock, trunk, lock. But then you press this button here, the key comes out, and then you press it again, and the key hides away. I know this remote has seen better days in its life. You can't even see the VW sign in the back, but it still works, and that's all that matters to me. As long as it works, I don't care about anything else. Show you the trunk real quick. For being a little car, it has a big trunk. It even has a power outlet in the trunk. That's a big trunk. Another thing, in case you guys didn't know, neat feature. You heard of how he locked on his own? That's a neat feature, but it can be a pain in the ass. In case you didn't know this, obviously your seats fall down. Yeah, this is the only other bad part about it. These seats, I'm gonna have to go to the junkyard and get them, because the guy that owned the car before me used to have all this junk back here, and that messed up the seats in the back. Another new feature, he has a little thing that you pull here on the seat. Oh yeah, and I got a vacuum that too. And the seat, boom, goes down like that. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? Hold on. Like I said, it's a neat feature, but it can be a pain in the ass. And he did it, look, with the door open. So let me hurry up here because I don't have that much time left. The video, my cell phone only lets me record 33 minutes, and I'm already at 26. Give me a second here. Let me open the hood. Okay, this is the engine. Like I said, it's a 2.0 liter, 4-cylinder, regular gas. Remember I tell you about that camshaft positioning sensor? If you have the same problem that I have, like you checking your lights because of your camshaft positioning sensor, this is where your sensor is located at. You have to take the timing belt off. You have to take the timing wheel off. The sensor sits behind that wheel. You have to obviously replace the old camshaft positioning sensor with the new one. You have to put the timing wheel back on. You have to put the timing belt back on, and you have to reset the time. Make sure that if you know what you're doing, you do it the right way. Or if somebody's gonna do it for you, make sure they know what they're doing, because you have to reset the time after you're done. Remember, you have to take the timing wheel off, the timing belt off, replace the sensor. The sensor sits behind the timing wheel. Then you have to put the timing wheel back on, the timing belt back on, and reset the time. These cars have 2 times. They have one at the top and they have one at the bottom, which I can't show you because you can't really see it from here. But when you change that sensor, you have to reset the time at the top and the bottom. And if you do not believe me, look it up. These cars have 2 timings. They have one at the top and the bottom, so you have to reset them both, because if you only reset one and not the other, you're gonna be fucked. So anyway, for those of you asking where that camshaft positioning sensor, that's where it's located at. I know, but hey, that's where it's at. That's what you gotta do. Another thing, before I let you guys go, this engine looks clean. I did not pressure wash it. I did not go to the car wash and pressure wash this motor. And I'm gonna give you a little note here. If you buy a car and you're thinking of taking it to the car wash and washing down the engine bay, I would not recommend it. Don't do it. People say, oh, as long as you let your engine running, that it won't do anything to the car as long as the engine's running. That's a lie. I used to own a Honda Accord, and I pressure washed the engine, and right after I did that, the engine started misfiring. I changed the distributor cap, the distributor, spark plug wires, valve cover gasket, and it still it was misfiring. I had to sell it with the misfire. So if you're thinking of if you're thinking of watching the motor, I wouldn't recommend it, but that's entirely up to you. Another 2 things before I let you guys go. If you're in the market to buy a Mazda Millennia, don't do it. Those cars are a piece of shit. At least the only one that is a piece of shit is the one that has that 2.3 meter cycle supercharged engine. The one my friend has is the 2.5 liter non-supercharged. He's owned that car for 3 years, never gave him a problem. But the one with the motorcycle engine, do not buy it. Those cars are garbage. I bought a 1999 Mazda Millennia 2.3 liter supercharged. A week later, the motor blew. I had to sell the car. So don't buy it. If it's the supercharged, don't buy it. If it's the regular, go ahead. Another car's a piece of shit. The Oldsmobile Intrigue. I don't know how the 3.8 liter engine is, but the one with the 3.5 liter engine twin cam, I bought the car, didn't even have it for a month. I ended up selling it because the engine started overheating. I did everything and the engine would still overheat. And it was a 4-speed automatic and the fourth gear will skip. Not skip, I'm sorry, slip. So that's another car that's a piece of shit. So if you're in the market for a Mazda Millennia, make sure that you buy the one with the 2.5 liter engine and not the 2.3. And I wouldn't recommend you to buy an Oldsmobile Intrigue because they're garbage, but that's entirely up to you what you want to do. That is your money. I'm just giving you a little hints up. If you're in the market for one of these, yes, they run good. They're really, really good on gas. But just remember that if you're going to buy it or for somebody, make sure that they change the timing belt. And that they show you proof that they did, that they did change the timing belt. I don't care if you're trying to steal my identity. A lot of people like to cover their plates. I don't cover mine. I don't give a shit. My credit's fucked up. So if you're trying to use my credit, you're fucked. Because my credit's fucked up. And if you're trying to steal my identity, I don't know. Because maybe you want it by the cops or whatnot. I don't know. Maybe I have 1 or 2 warrants somewhere around. But my warrants are not serious. My warrants are for street cleaning tickets, traffic violations. But they're still warrants. So I might have 1 or 2 that I don't know about. So be my guest if you want to steal my identity. I don't give a shit. But this is the video of my car. Like I said, if you have any comments, if you have any questions, just write me something, letting me know. If you like the video, hit like. If you don't like it, you can hit I don't like it either. It doesn't matter to me. But this is the video of my car, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, like I said, write me a comment, let me know. If you're asking what's that antenna for, that's for your factory radio. I don't use the radio, I listen to CDs. Plus, it doesn't work anymore because I have an aftermarket radio, and that's for a factory radio. But that's what that antenna is for. That's the radio antenna. Well, like I say, it's the video. If you missed the part where I showed you where the camshaft positioning sensor was at, just hit rewind. It's there. I showed you where it's located. I showed you what you had to do. Like I said before, make sure that whoever does changes the timing belt for you does the timing at the top and the bottom, because this car has 2 timings. Make sure that whoever does it for you does it the right way. There is a video of my car. God bless. I hope you enjoyed. And this is it. It's gonna cut me off soon here. Another thing, if you're in the market for one of these, make sure you have money, because these cars can be very expensive. The parts can be very expensive because this is a German car, and a lot of the parts you don't find them at your local auto store. You have to get them through the dealer.